2, 1, fight!
Original Sin is probably my arch nemesis that's showing up here. And I think we're dead even over the years as to how our won-loss records go. It is the best wedge competing, in my view, in any category. It is an unbelievably tough machine. Very fast, extremely well driven. And he's got all the little details of being a good competitor down. He is extremely well prepared. He's got a lot of backup parts, a lot of backup plans. He's all the intangibles of combat he does very well. So it's going to be a tough match. It really just comes down to how those first few hits go. If I manage to get on the side of him and pull a wheel off or bend an axle or something like that, usually the match is mine. If he makes me chew on that wedge for those first few hits and he starts to gain control, usually I'm in trouble. So the first few seconds of that 3 minutes will decide how it's going to go.
With Last Rites, we're about even with him, so it's kind of a coin toss. He's got the biggest, most powerful weapon out here, but we had him in mind when designing this spot, so our chances are still, 50-50.
And now we've got competitors Last Rites and Original Sin in the arena. These are two bots who have fought many fights very well. Lots of victories for both of them.
Final fight in the winner's bracket, so this means a lot. Right. Both of these guys are undefeated, pretty much unscathed. Everybody's in pretty good shape at this point, which is sort of unheard of.
Pretty good shape, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, with both of these bots, yeah. And then Original Sin hasn't taken any damage. I mean, he had one wheel thing, nothing. Yeah.
Very slight damage. He has had a fight today though, whereas Last Rites has not. So
That's right.
So he's potentially had to deal with something, but we never know.
Yeah, Last Rites' last fight was with Sewer Snake last night. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Original Sin won against Great Pumpkin. So.
Original Sin won against the Great Pumpkin.
And here again,
we get a bashing fight.
We kind of get the hot driver, cold driver thing going a little more,
Yes.
Gary's
and once again, though, we've got, this is again, Great Pumpkin was Ray Billings. Last Rites is Ray Billings. It's Gary Jin. As far as drivers go, it's Gary against Ray.
Yeah,
they just drove against each other, and they're trying it again. Just a different
robot
bot
last
this time.
Yeah. Starts to get a little more tense later on in this. There's a lot more at stake here. You're getting in the afternoons. You don't want anything to break. You want to win. Time's running out. Everybody's getting a little tired.
Everyone's a little punchy.
Yeah. It's been a long weekend.
Things are catching on fire.
Yeah.
Looks like both bots are ready.
Yeah,
Ray
everybody's
is turned away from everyone in case his bot were to turn on.
Gary's doing
Once
his
again,
little
that safety
post-match
orientation.
Negotiating dance. Simone's setting the clock. 3 minutes.
Setting the clock. Both bots say they're ready, and we're starting the fight.
Here we go, kiddies.
Fight.
Straight run by Gary. Ray drives right into the arena. Ray just broke his weapon in half.
Oh.
He just broke the weapon in half on the arena wall.
Original Sin is
How
pushing
quick
Ray
things
into
could
the
turn.
wall.
Original Sin's got a gumpy rear tire.
Very weird tire.
But not
That's
slowing him down.
wobbly, yeah. But he's got
Unbelievably
Ray
quick,
on the
fast.
rails. Doesn't look as though Ray's able to spin up his weapon at all, even though it's
No, he can't. It's completely off balance. It would just, whether it's working or not, he can't spin it with half of it on there.
Not at all.
The robot would just, be entertaining and maybe.
I'd love to see him try.
Yeah. I agree with you on that. Another fire wouldn't be bad. Ray's doing a good job. Obviously, his drivetrain's still working.
His drivetrain's still working. He's taking the front end of his spot.
He's doing it. Here again. Good job of
against Original Sin. Original Sin, though, keeps wedging underneath him, getting him up against the wall.
Stuck on top.
Stuck on top. Maybe he'll just stay up there.
Yeah, here again, the wheel's too wide to contact.
Ray's now upside down.
It's going to be interesting to see what he did to the arena wall on that hit to break that.
To break that weapon.
Yeah.
That's
now here
a
again, he's
solid
running.
piece
Remember,
of
he talked. It's steel as opposed to aluminum. Because
Yes.
aluminum wouldn't have broken on them.
No.
Aluminum bar, steel tips on the end. Heat treated steel bar ruptured.
Steel can be a bit more brittle, right?
Yeah, depending on the heat treating.
Yeah. Both bots navigating around each other very well. Original Sin just
This is now
repeatedly
degenerated into a
getting
pretty
underneath.
good wedge fest.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ray doesn't have that wedging ability, but he's a nicely built triangular structure that gives him a lot of a solid base to drive on.
Yeah, and he's using
He's
that
got a lot of
nose
strength there.
very well defensively right now.
Exactly.
Keeping Gary off of his tires.
Gary, though, keeps throwing him into the corner. There's not a lot Ray can do about that once he gets up on top of Original Sin.
Yeah, and Original Sin quicker on the turnarounds, quicker, doing a much better job at pointing at Ray than Ray is at him. And Gary's keeping that weapon on him.
Ray's doing a good job now of getting behind Original Sin, trying to stay behind that wedge. Nope, I spoke too soon.
So Gary did take a hit. He's got that huge dent in his front wedge.
Yes, he took one big hit right in the
Right, and then
beginning, right before Ray broke his weapon.
And then Ray came over and extinguished his weapon against the side.
Yep. This was a quick fight. I can't believe it's been 3
it seems
minutes
like-
already.
yeah. That was quick.
Gary did
Wow.
sustain some major damage in his weapon.
Yeah, not really. Weapon's still there. It's kind of just a hole in the side. Here again, you got to. Does it affect in the weapon? No, not really.
Not affecting the weapon.
Yeah, and
the
he's
wedge
got-
was still very effective for
and
the
he's got
entire fight.
the canted back wheel. That's still working fine. So really,
Yes, he was
more
a
visual.
little slow off the top. It seemed a little wonky and wobbly, but it really didn't slow Gary down too much.
Yeah, I think it was rubbing against the side of it. But Ray's weapon to broken like that.
That probably really put Ray off of his game right there at the beginning.
I
It's such a major
would think
strategy.
that would. Yeah, having your weapon break in half in the first 5 seconds of the match, probably a little disorienting.
A little disorienting, probably hard
to
to
the
come
robot
back.
and Ray.
Yes, hard to come back from. Ray did a great job of driving and I think using, as we said, the front end to
turn that into a defensive
turn it
armor thing.
defensively.
Yeah,
Exactly. There's a big smile on your face right now.
Yeah.
Sigh of relief.
Oh yeah, big one. That's a big one.
So what did you think when Ray's weapon, I mean, he got a good hit into you in the very beginning and right after broke his blade.
Well, it happened right in this corner, the far corner from where I could see. The Lexine's getting pretty scratched up. I didn't really see what happened. Luckily, our announcer, Scott, let me know that I actually broke his blade, and then I was like, oh, okay. I think I have a chance now.
Right. The rest of the fight, you just kept right underneath him, kept going. Did it change your strategy at all?
Not really. I mean, yeah, it's a little easier to go after him knowing he can't really hit you back. That he now had, 2 hands tied behind his back. Yeah. But you still got to go. You still got to finish the 3 minutes. So.
It was a great fight. It was really entertaining to watch. Congratulations.
Thanks. Now we wait.
Wait and see who you'll be up against from the losers round.
That's right. And you never know. Could be Last Rites again.
What did you think the second your weapon broke?
Well, my kid's behind me saying I should tap out because that way we could just be done with the match, go off into the loser side, and which probably tactically would have made the most sense to just call it quits then, but I had to make him work for it. So
You didn't spin up the weapon again after that. Did it seem? Did you try, or was it just not a good idea with it being one-sided?
it's not a good idea. But right at the end of the match, I did try, and you could hear it grunting, but actually not turning. So we'll have to get it apart and see what's going on. I have more damage than just the weapon bar.
Yeah, but I was just saying the structure of your robot is a fairly strong structure. You're using it very defensively for the rest of the fight, I think, to your benefit. So. Well,
I had to make him work for it. I'm just not just going to give it to him. So I had to make him at least have to put some effort into it. And we'll see. I'm confident that we'll be able to get it back together and run. And how well we'll just have to see as soon as I get it apart.
Do you think we might have an Original Sin Last Rites rematch?
That would be my hope. Obviously he's in the finals now. I have to work my way up through the losers bracket to get there. But if I get it running correctly, that can happen. So we'll see how it plays out.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.